Hi there. It's a joy to have you here on our journey together. Welcome to Eternal Stoicism, a haven for those seeking to conquer self-doubt and embrace authenticity. We're all about inspiring and guiding you to unearth the truest version of yourself, to stand tall against the silent downfall that is the imposter syndrome. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth? You've taken the first step by joining us. Now make sure you stay on this journey by subscribing to Eternal Stoicism. Do you ever feel like you're not enough, even when you succeed? That, my friend, is the silent downfall many of us are unaware of, known as imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern where individuals doubt their accomplishments and have a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, lurking within us, often going unnoticed. It whispers in our ears that we are not worthy, that we are simply lucky, or that we've fooled everyone around us. Imagine reaching the peak of a mountain, only to feel like you've been carried there rather than climbing it yourself. Or picture yourself receiving an award and feeling like you've hoodwinked the judges instead of earning it. These are typical feelings associated with imposter syndrome. You could be the most dedicated worker in your office, but that nagging voice might still tell you that you don't belong, you're not good enough, or that you're a fraud waiting to be exposed. That's the sneaky nature of imposter syndrome. It can make you feel like an imposter in your own life, robbing you of the joy and satisfaction you should feel from your accomplishments. So what can we do about it? Well, the first step is awareness, and if you're here listening to this, you're on the right path. If this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone, and we're here to overcome this together. As a lone wolf, the struggle with imposter syndrome can be a solitary and challenging journey. Imagine wandering through a dense forest. The only sounds you hear are the rustling leaves and distant echoes of wildlife. You're on your own, charting your path, forging ahead. That's what it feels like to be a lone wolf battling imposter syndrome. The lack of a pack, or more specifically the lack of feedback, is a crucial challenge. Without others around to validate or critique your actions, it's easy to fall prey to self-doubt. You question if you're on the right path, if you're making the right decisions, if you're even good enough to be where you are. Isolation, too, can be a formidable adversary. It's not just about physical solitude, but also the mental isolation. The feeling that you're the only one facing this struggle can be overwhelming. It's like screaming into a void, with no one to hear you or understand your plight. Yet it's within these struggles that the lone wolf's strengths truly shine. Being a lone wolf means you're independent, resilient. You've learned to rely on yourself, to trust your instincts. You've faced adversity and come out stronger on the other side. That's no small feat. And yes, the journey might be solitary, but it's also liberating. There's freedom in knowing you're the one in control, that you're the one shaping your destiny. You see, imposter syndrome can be a heavy burden, but it's not insurmountable. It's like a storm, fierce and daunting. But once you weather it, you come out stronger, more resilient. You're not an imposter. You're a lone wolf, brave and resilient. You're capable of more than you think. And when those moments of self-doubt creep in, remember how far you've come. Remember the obstacles you've overcome. But remember, being a lone wolf also means you have the strength to face these challenges head-on. So when you're in the heart of the forest, feeling lost and overwhelmed, remember you're a lone wolf. You have the strength to find your way. You have the strength to overcome imposter syndrome. The key to overcoming imposter syndrome lies in embracing your authentic self. Now, let's unpack that. What does it mean to embrace your authentic self? It means shedding the facades, the masks we often wear to fit into societal norms and expectations. It means accepting your strengths, your weaknesses, your quirks, and your unique perspective on life. It's about being you, unabashedly and unapologetically. Why is this so important? It's because imposter syndrome thrives on self-doubt. It feeds on the fear that you are not enough, that you are a fraud, and that you will be found out. But when you embrace your authentic self, you acknowledge that you are enough, just as you are. In this journey of authenticity, you're not alone. Everyone has a unique voice, a unique story to tell. And it's when we silence that voice, when we try to fit into a mold, that we lose sight of our true selves. We become imposters in our own lives. But it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine a world where you're free to be you, a world where you can celebrate your achievements without the fear of being called a fraud, A world where you can make mistakes, learn from them, and grow. That's the world you create when you embrace your authentic self. So how do you start this journey? It begins with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on who you are, what you value, what you're passionate about. Challenge the negative thoughts and beliefs that fuel your imposter syndrome. Replace them with affirmations of your worth, your abilities, your achievements. Remember, it's okay to be a work in progress. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to be imperfect because that's what makes you, and you are enough. So let's put on our armor of authenticity. Let's silence the imposter within by acknowledging our worth, by celebrating our uniqueness, by embracing our authentic selves. Being true to yourself is the first step towards banishing the imposter within. So, what are you going to let go of? Leave a comment below and let's continue this conversation. Alright, now let's dive into some practical steps to help you overcome imposter syndrome. It's all about embracing your authentic self and silencing that pesky inner critic. First, acknowledge your feelings. Recognize when you're experiencing symptoms of imposter syndrome, such as feeling like a fraud or doubting your abilities. Don't dismiss these feelings, instead accept them as part of the human experience. Remember, everyone has moments of self-doubt. Second, challenge negative beliefs. Instead of letting your inner critic take over, question its validity. When self-doubt creeps in, ask yourself, is this really true? Or, is there evidence to support this? More often than not, you'll find there's no real basis for these negative thoughts. Next, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. You're human, and humans make mistakes. Instead of berating yourself for slip-ups, treat them as learning opportunities. Remember, it's okay not to know everything. Fourth, celebrate your successes. It's easy to downplay our achievements and focus on our shortcomings. But it's crucial to acknowledge and celebrate your victories, no matter how small they may seem. This helps to build self-confidence and keeps the imposter syndrome at bay. Fifth, seek support. You don't have to combat imposter syndrome alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or mentors who can provide reassurance and perspective. Sharing your feelings and experiences can help you realize that you're not alone in this struggle. Finally, visualize success. Imagine yourself succeeding in your endeavors. This can help to instill a sense of self-belief and minimize feelings of inadequacy. Remember, overcoming imposter syndrome doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey, and these steps are your roadmap. It's okay to stumble along the way. What matters is that you keep moving forward. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and embrace your authentic self. You're capable, you're deserving, and you're not an imposter. Implementing these strategies will help you gain confidence and silence the imposter within. Before we carry on, if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Eternal Stoicism. We're here to illuminate your path to self-discovery and authenticity, one video at a time. Your subscription ensures you won't miss a beat as we explore topics that empower you to overcome your inner imposter. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join us on this enlightening journey. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know about our new videos designed to inspire and guide you. Positivity is powerful, and it can be your secret weapon against imposter syndrome. As we navigate through life, we often encounter hurdles that seem insurmountable. But what if I told you that the power to overcome these obstacles lies within you? Yes, you heard that right. The power of positivity, my friends, can be a game changer. Imagine this. You're a lone wolf, navigating through the wilderness of life, constantly questioning your worth, your abilities, your place in the world. The haunting whispers of imposter syndrome echo in your mind, sowing seeds of doubt and insecurity. But now, let's flip the script. Instead of succumbing to these negative emotions, you choose to embrace positivity. You choose to believe in your own worth, your own abilities. You choose to silence the whispers of imposter syndrome with the loud, resounding echoes of self-belief and self-acceptance. Suddenly, the wilderness doesn't seem so daunting anymore. The hurdles don't seem so insurmountable. The whispers of imposter syndrome are drowned out by the roar of your own self-confidence. That's the power of positivity. It's not about ignoring the negative or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the good, even when times are tough. It's about believing in yourself, even when the world seems to be against you. It's about embracing your authentic self, even when you feel like an imposter. Positivity isn't just a state of mind. It's a way of life. It's a choice you make every day, every moment. And when you choose positivity, you become stronger, more resilient. You become capable of overcoming any obstacle that comes your way, including imposter syndrome. The journey to self-acceptance isn't easy, but with positivity as your guide, you can conquer the wilderness, silence the whispers of imposter syndrome, and embrace your authentic self. Remember, a positive mindset can make all the difference in your journey to self-acceptance. Enjoying this video? Please subscribe, and now let's continue. Overcoming imposter syndrome as a lone wolf isn't easy, but it's definitely possible. If you've ever felt like you're not good enough, like you're a fraud, that's imposter syndrome talking. And let me tell you, it's as cunning as a fox, as deceptive as a mirage. But guess what? You're not alone. Many of us have been there, feeling like an imposter in our own lives. The key is to remember that you are not defined by your doubts. You are more than the sum of your fears. You are a unique individual with your own strengths and talents. You are authentic, you are real, and you, my friend, are enough. So how do we conquer imposter syndrome as lone wolves? It starts with acknowledging it. Recognize those nagging thoughts for what they are. Lies. Lies that are trying to hold you back from your true potential. Next, we need to challenge those thoughts. When imposter syndrome whispers, "You can't do this," we need to roar back, "Watch me." Whenever it tries to convince you that you're not good enough, remind yourself of your achievements, your strengths, and your worth. But challenging these thoughts is just the beginning. We need to replace them with positive affirmations. Tell yourself, "I am capable, I am deserving, I am enough." Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes your truth. And finally, we need to celebrate our victories, no matter how small. Every step forward is a victory against imposter syndrome. Every time you defy those doubts, you're proving to yourself that you are not an imposter, but a warrior. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks, but don't let them discourage you. Instead, let them fuel your determination. Let them remind you of why you're fighting this battle. Let's take this journey together, step by step, and you'll soon see the transformation within yourself. Before we wrap up, here's something to ponder. Throughout our journey today, we've delved deep into the murky waters of imposter syndrome. We've recognized its silent downfall and acknowledged the struggles of the lone wolf. We've discussed the importance of embracing your authentic self, a step that can be daunting yet immensely liberating. Remember, the fear of being found out, the belief that you're not as competent as others perceive you, is not a reflection of your true abilities. It's merely a distorted mirror clouding your vision with unfounded self-doubt. We've also explored practical steps to overcome this syndrome. The power of positivity, the strength of self-affirmations, and the importance of celebrating small victories. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step away from the imposter within and a step towards your authentic self. And now, my friends, it's time for you to start implementing these strategies. Start small, take one step at a time. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being true to who you are. In the grand scheme of life, it's your journey, your path to tread. It's about overcoming your fears, silencing your inner critic, and embracing your unique self. What are you going to let go of? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for spending these precious moments with me. Our time together may be brief, but I hope it has been meaningful. As we part ways, I want to remind you to keep exploring, keep questioning, keep growing. You're on a journey to embracing your authentic self, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Don't forget to check out more videos on our channel to continue this journey. Remember, you are not an imposter. You are uniquely you, and that's your power. Until next time, stay authentic.